Hey everyone, it's Deanna, and I am here with the fourth layout in the Simple Stamping series that I'm having on my channel. And this layout is going to be another monochromatic layout, and it's going to be in green. And I'll tell you up front that there is not a lot of stamping that is done on this layout. Basically, it's the series is really how to use stamping on your page where it's not intimidating. And I had come up with several different ways to use stamping on a page, and one of them was to include it within your embellishments. And I've done pages before where I've done a lot of stamping intermixed with the embellishments, and this page is just a little simpler. So you might actually start to wonder, like, when is she going to stamp? Because the stamping is at the very end. But so I'm going to tell you a little bit about this picture. I'm sure my niece wants to just kill me by now because I'm putting this funny picture of her on YouTube, but she's aware of it, so we're all good. But we were at my niece Allie's 16th birthday party, and I was taking some pictures, and Ashley decided to make one of her really funny faces, and it was just comical because she was sitting there with her boyfriend who's smiling all nice, and she is over there making funny faces at my camera or my phone. So I really wanted to scrapbook this page, and I love the title that I end up coming up with, but you'll see that in a bit. So I was at a crop, and when I'm at these crops, I have a friend there that has a lot of dies, like a lot of those thin metal dies. And this was one, I believe she got it from Simon Says Stamp, and it's just a heart die, and it has where when you run it through, it has a real thin border of hearts, and a lot of the hearts stayed in the cut after I cut it. So I left those in there, and I kind of like that look. And then some of them came out. So what I did was I took several of them, and you can see them at the top of the page there, and I used embossing powder, some green embossing powder, and just embossed those hearts so that they would match the page. And then there was a few other ones too that I did not emboss that I will use later. So the paper that I'm using is from the Kaisercraft My Year, My Story collection, and I love that paper kit. I think it might have been from last year. I don't know if it was from this year or not, but it has tons of sheets in there that are, it has like calendars and different things that you can use, like if you wanted to create your own calendar, or even just scrapbook, like instead of doing Project Life, maybe like a monthly version of it. But what I really like about it is that each month has its own kind of color scheme, and so that's what gave me the idea to really work with the monochromatic layouts for this series. I used a lot of that Kaisercraft collection pack in this series. So that right there is just like a strip at the bottom of one of the pieces of paper, and I'm going to use it to kind of outline the top and the bottom. I've been doing that a lot with washi tape, especially the thin washi tape. I've been using it as like a thin border at the bottom of my layouts, and I really love that. And I love this strip, but I only had the one, and I wanted some on both the bottom and the top, so I just cut it in half. And I've got that 3x4 card is from the Kaisercraft collection that I had talked about earlier. And I'm not sure, the flare button, I think that came in a Felicity Jane kit. I don't get the Felicity Jane kits all the time. I tried it out for a couple months and I loved them, but I already get Hip Kit, and I have so much scrapbooking stuff that it's not even funny. So I like to kind of try some kits out here and there, and Felicity Jane was one of them that I tried, and they have really beautiful kits. So here I'm just sticking these hearts down. And I'm going to have the hearts flowing from like the top to the bottom down the middle of the page. And I went through a whole bunch of those word thickers, the foam ones that have all the different phrases or the words. And I finally found this one, and this is where I come up with a title, and it's going to say, "She's a Keeper." And it was so nice to have that word keeper in one of those thicker sheets. And I just thought it was a funny title because, you know, there's her boyfriend Aaron smiling all nice for the camera, and then there's Ashley making a funny face. Sorry if you can hear my dog. I swear she knows when I'm doing a voiceover and decides that it's time to start barking. I have that little die cut that says hugs. That's from another one of my friends' die collection. And I really wanted to use it because the color matched the page perfectly, but it doesn't make it on the page. So I'm just laying these hearts down. I don't know why it's taking me so long to get these hearts down, but I guess I'm playing with other things at the same time. And then I mess around with the alignment of them. I know that I'm going to come in with some stamping, and so even though I'm tempted to line up those hearts to like have it complete, I know that I need space for some other stamping that, or some stamping that I'm going to do in the middle of those hearts. So I play a lot with the placement of them. So you can see here I'm putting it down, picking it up, rubbing the adhesive off. I probably should have cut some of this out. All right, here's where I'm going to come in. I'm using this Hero Art stamp set that was actually one that I think Jennifer McGuire worked with Hero Arts on. And I'm going to use the hearts that are in that stamp set. There's 2 different ones, and it works perfect with this layout because the size of the hearts are about the same, and the style of the hearts are about the same. And the one heart has it where it's just an outline, and then the other heart is one that is filled in, so it works perfect. I'm sorry for the shaking of the camera. I noticed when I was setting this video up that there was a lot of shaking that went on, and I'm not sure why, but I must have been bumping the camera however I had it set up. So here's where I'm adding those solid hearts in there. And so all I'm doing is I'm taking something that's similar to the embellishments and something that works with it and just mixing in the stamping. So here's what I'm going to show you. I just added those hearts in there. And I'm always a little nervous about stamping on that textured cardstock, but for the most part it works out okay. You know, especially like, you know, unless you're looking at it really, really closely or looking for mistakes, you don't see any problems with it. All right, and then I'm just gonna add some enamel dots here, and that's it for the layout. So it was a real simple one, and again, not a lot of stamping, but I think that it really helps make the layout. So I will be back next week with another layout for the Simple Stamping series. Again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.